Well, hello. We've been waiting for you. Please sign in. We've got a busy day ahead. If you're new to this school, please use the keyboard to enter your name. Please enter and have a seat. Sit up straight, no slouching in this classroom. Is that gum in your mouth? Sorry, my mistake. If Professor Sparks had meant for me to fly, he'd have given me wings. But what could I do? This mission is too important. You startled me. I didn't think anyone would be here. Hey, you've got that, the transquizzer. Now be careful with that thing. Don't drop it. The future of the world may depend on that little machine in your... This morning, Polly's father, he had left for another one of his famous inventors' conventions, and he programmed me to keep an eye on Polly. I'm supposed to keep her out of trouble. With Polly, that's always tough. But today, it was impossible. After coming home from school and madder than I've ever seen her, Polly locked herself in her father's secret chamber. Now, I really shouldn't tell you this because I've been programmed for secrecy, but this being a world emergency and all, well... The professor has an honest-to-goodness time machine up there, and it really works. Not only that, but Polly sent 25 of the other androids back in time. The whole world is changing, and the changes of Polly written all over her. Cars don't exist anymore, and now everyone has to travel by pogo stick. An orangutan has just been elected president of the United States in a landslide. And the Statue of Liberty is now the Statue of Licorice. It's all happening so quickly. But with your help, I think we can rescue all the androids and maybe stop the world from getting too weird. Just hand me the transquizzer. I think it's got all the information we need to get started. Cool. Now hang on tight and come with me. Well, this is it. Home sweet home. Polly should be inside. Oh, that was funny. Watching that poor dumb robot flying back in time. I couldn't ask for a better way to spend the afternoon. In another day, the world will see the dawning of Polly's planet. Whoops! It seems there's someone at the door. Let's take a little peek. Oh, it's only Botley. He knows I don't like to be disturbed when I'm working. It breaks my concentration. Okay, let's see what he wants. This might be fun. Oh, Snotley, you're back. I've been looking for you. My name is Botley. I can see you brought help. And you've got the transquizzer. She knows we need it to save the world. Didn't my father teach you it's rude to tell secrets, Rotley? Well, I suppose he's told you his side of everything. But what does he know? Today, when I was at school, the teacher handed us a surprise quiz. I already knew all the answers, and she knew I knew them. So, just to have some fun, I made up my own answer to that dumb old quiz. But instead of laughing like she was supposed to, she gave me a big fat 0. I felt faint and short of breath. No one's ever given me a 0 before. Well, that's not quite true, Polly. I remember just 2 weeks ago. Be quiet, Botley. This is my story. Anyway, after getting my first 0 ever, I got the most brilliant idea. Instead of settling for a bad grade, I changed history to match my answers. So you sent 25 of your father's robots back in time to change history? How could you do that, Polly? Please, Botley, if you're so scared, why don't you just bring them back yourself? You've got my transquizzer. Now all you need are the questions on my history quiz. To make it so easy even you can figure it out, I'll leave the disc with the first part of the test on the first floor. That's 5 questions total. Just plug that disc into the transquizzer. Then, figuring out where I sent the robots should be simple. Oh, by the way, you have to get in the house first. And I've changed the locks. Good luck! Oh, that's just great. How are we going to get into the mountain? You see, the professor's lock system only opens when you reproduce the chimes you hear. Ring the doorbell to start the chimes. That will start the unlocking mechanism. Just listen closely and repeat what you've heard by clicking on the correct door panels. Nice work! Nice work! All right! All right! Only one more lock to go. That's it, you open the door. Now, be quiet and follow me. First, though, let me put this in a safe place. It's the utility belt that Professor Spark designed for me, and it's quite an achievement. Over there's a button that will take you out of any room in the mountain. The indicator next to it tells you how much energy is left to power the mountain. Now, if you ever need assistance, push on this button, and I'll do what I can to help. In the middle of the belt is the inventory. That's where we can store things we find in the mountain. The transquizzer, for instance. Professor Spark has set up a lot of games inside the mountain for Polly, me, and the other robots. If you click on this button, you can make some of them harder or easier to play. Finally, this score keeps track of how many invention points we earn. By opening the door, you've already earned a few points. Now, our destiny. This is the professor's home and laboratory. It's an entirely self-sufficient environment. We don't have to leave the mountain for anything. The professor even included recreational and cultural activities so he and Polly wouldn't get bored. Maybe later we'll have time to explore, but now we have to stop Polly from making the world too weird. To do that, we need to find that quiz disc. Hey, there it is! Pull out the transquizzer by clicking on the inventory button on the utility belt. All right, it looks like the disc should be inserted in the slot near the top of the transquizzer.
Good morning, Polly. I hope you've studied for the quiz today. You may have a lot of natural ability, but even geniuses need to study.
That's Polly's teacher, Ms. Winkle. At that school on the hill, everything's state-of-the-art. All the quizzes are personalized, programmed, and videotaped by the teacher. Pretty cool, huh?
Now, today's quiz is all about inventions and discoveries, something you should know plenty about, Polly. But no fair asking your father for help. There are 25 questions total, Polly. 5 on each of the 5 discs I've passed out to you and the rest of the class. That's 5 different levels. So, sit up straight, put on your thinking cap, and select your first question.
Okay, what we should do first is select one of the quiz questions. Just click on any one of the 5 buttons near the bottom of the transquizzer. Since we've got to bring all the robots back, the order doesn't really matter. The yellow start button will play this question.
People once thought the Earth was the center of the universe and everything revolved around it. That's because when they looked up in the sky, the sun and the stars all appeared to be moving around the Earth. A nice idea, but appearances can be deceiving. Today we know that the Earth revolves around what? Miss Winkle, as everybody knows, I am the center of the universe. Yes, Polly, you're exactly right. The whole world revolves around you.
Heavens, Polly is just too much to bear. She used to think she was the center of the universe. Now she really is. We need to go back in time and straighten this mess out, or life as we know it will change drastically. Click on the inventory button to put away the transquizzer.
Well, it just so happens, Botley, that I realized long ago that you would try to mess up my work, so I covered my tracks by hiding clues all over the mountain. 4 clues total.
Well, Polly, okay. It looks like we have no choice but to play by your rules, as unfair as they are. Just tell us what we need to find for this mission.
Relax, Botley. It won't be so bad. I sent Russian robot Cosmobot to put me in the center of the universe. You can get him back if you find these 4 clues. A pig, a sundial, a postage stamp, and a dollar bill. But why mess up a good thing?
Cosmobot and I never used to get along, but now we're pals. I can't believe Polly reprogrammed him for her selfish purposes. We have to find those clues and get Cosmobot back. Stand back now while I sense the place out. Hey, we're in luck. I'm sensing a mission clue. In the kitchen. This is Professor Sparks' art gallery. It's sort of an art museum and an art studio combined. That odd-looking machine over there is his virtual collection, where the professor keeps a display of some of the most famous works of art in the world. You can also go into the painting gallery in the back to create your own masterpiece. Don't forget to bring your imagination.
If you're going to visit the gallery, you let me know if you find any of Polly's things hidden in there. If I've told her once, I've told her 1,000 times, don't mess up the collection. Of course, she doesn't listen to me. Why, once I found a Romanesque urn next to a Baroque.
That's Mrs. Beasley. She's the resident art expert. Some say she's as old as some of the Greco-Roman statues in here.
I heard that, you hotshot silicon chipsters. So smart and so fast, and so what? I've got more sense in my vacuum tubes than a lot of you.
Well, if we have any questions about the art, we'll be sure to ask you. I'm not picking up any indications that Polly's hidden any mission clues here. You think maybe we should move on? This room looks like an ordinary painting gallery, but Polly's father created it so anyone can make their own art.
There's no mission clue here, Botley, so I guess that means you're clueless. But if you want to earn some extra invention points, you or your friend can paint me a picture. I've always wanted a painting that showed something like this. The horrifying bat! I've been to a haunted house before. The really creepy thing was that I couldn't get out because there were bats hanging in all the doorways.
Click on any of the empty frames to begin painting. Click on the sheet of paper on the floor to read Polly's story. So the deal here is that Polly wants us to illustrate her strange story. I don't have much of an artistic flair. It's just not in my programming. So it looks like it's up to you. Luckily, Professor Spark made it so anyone can paint like one of the great masters. To your left are all the tools you'll need, and at the bottom are lots of cool colors. If you need to be reminded of what Polly's demanding, click on the card on the lower left corner of the frame. What do you think of that, Polly? What do you think of that, Polly? Polly hasn't left any... Okay, all sensors indicate that Polly hit a mission clue in the kitchen. This is the door to the professor's concert hall, which he... Bingo! I've sensed a mission clue in the kitchen. This is the door to the kitchen. Everyone eats here. Polly, her dad, and of course, all us robots. The professor put a lock on it months ago because some of the robots were getting a little gluttonous. I mean, they'd eat all the time if they could. I used to know the combination, but it looks like Polly's changed this lock. You can figure out the combination if you can figure out the math problems that appear on the door. That's Mort peeking out from inside. He's one of the nicer robots around here, but he gets a little cranky when he hasn't eaten.
Thank goodness you're here. My stomach's rumbling, and I don't know how to cook.
Click on the arrows on the tiles at the bottom of the equation. The up arrows will increase the number. The down arrows will decrease it. When you think you've got the correct number in the tile, click the glowing Enter button beneath it. If you want, you can also enter numbers using your keyboard. Then press Enter. You got the first lock. 2 more to go. All right, you got 2 locks. Just 1 more. You did it! I knew Polly couldn't keep us out. This is Professor Sparks' kitchen, but I doubt your kitchen is anything like this unless you happen to have lots of hungry robots hanging around your house. See that machine in the middle of the room? It's the robot feeder. 2 things you should know about robots. 1, they're usually hungry. And 2, their table manners are atrocious. Around now, I'd normally be hungry enough to eat a '57 Chevy, but Polly's behavior has made me lose my appetite.
Hey, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen, Botley. Of course, if you do leave, you won't be able to find the mission clue I've hidden in here.
If you want, you can click around the kitchen to check out some of the cool stuff in here. But to feed Mort and help save the world, click on the feeding machine. I have to warn you, though, watch your fingers and toes around hungry robots. Here it is, Professor Sparks' robot feeding machine, patent pending. I've wandered in here for a midnight snack many times myself, but now it looks like we've got to feed Mort.
Yes, Botley. It's time for a little snack.
After Mort calls for a snack, he'll tell you what toppings he wants on it, and exactly how much of each topping he wants. When you turn on the machine, Mort's robot bowl will move along the conveyor belt in front of me, while the toppings move along the conveyor belts behind me. What you need to do is measure each of the toppings and drop exactly what Mort wants in his bowl. What's your pleasure, Mort?
You know what sounds good? Some very sweet tapioca pudding. And please top that with some chili peppers, oxygen, maple syrup, and refined sugar.
Well, bon appetit, I guess. Now click on the on-off switch in front of the feeding machine, and I'll crank this baby into gear. Dig in.
Just the right combination of delicate flavors.
You did it! Man, Mort is one robust robot.
Another fine meal, and another tip well deserved. Yes, I only wish it could be more.
Stow that clue in your inventory for safekeeping. We've got a mission to complete. No mission clues here. Let's try another floor. You'll see that as we go up higher in the mountain, the professor's inventions get more secret and bizarre. Quiet now. I'm going to sense out... This is the door to the professor's concert hall, which he usually keeps locked so none of the less musical robots around here pound too hard on the piano. But the door doesn't open with a key. Instead, it uses a password. Hey, Beethoven!
Huh? Hello? Who's there? Oh, Botley, it's just you. You should have called...
This floor... Great! I've got a strong reading in the professor... Great! I've got a strong reading in the professor's biosphere. This is convenient. There's another clue. In the shrinking machine room. Yes! We're at the very top of the mountain. Just knowing what's up here gives me chills. Still, I'd go anywhere and face any danger to save my fellow robots. Hey, I'll need some silence while I try to sense this area out. Huh, I'm getting a strong clue reading in the robot maze. Great, I've got a strong reading. This is Professor Sparks' masterpiece. Well, one of them anyway. He calls it the... something or other. We call it the Shrink-O-Matic. It can reduce anything or anyone to the size of a medium-large molecule with the help of my good friend Egbert.
Oh, yes. So if you want to know about any of my wonderful specimens, just pick up this analyzer and click on it. But please, don't hurt the specimens.
Well, that'll come in handy when you go searching for the mission clue, because I miniaturized it and hid it inside one of those specimens.
Which specimen, Polly? Give us a hint.
Okay, Botley, okay. Anything to stop your whining. Egbert has been annoyed with this specimen lately. While he tries to work, this specimen plays loud music and dances the cha-cha.
I would never be annoyed with any of my darling specimens, and while it may indeed dance, this specimen has never exposed me to loud music.
So we have to figure out which specimen Polly is talking about. That's where Egbert will come in handy. Use his analyzer to get information on any of the specimens and to help you determine which is the right one. When you think you know the right specimen, hand the analyzer back to Egbert. You can then move the specimen over to the Shrink-O-Matic. Once it's there, Egbert can shrink me to the size of a molecule. Then I can dive into the specimen and find what we're looking for.
Bald eagle. This noble-looking bird of prey is the national symbol of the United States. The bald eagle is not really bald, but only looks bald from a distance. A bald eagle can nab heavy prey with its large and pointy claws.
Bat. Bats are flying mammals that only come out at night.
To find its way in the dark, a bat makes a high-pitched squeak. It then listens to the echoes of the squeak bounce off the surroundings. These sound pictures show the way. Honeybee. Bees are flying insects that live in colonies called hives. Worker bees perform an elaborate dance on the honeycomb to tell the other bees where the flowers with the best nectar can be found. They collect the nectar to make honey. Cicada. A cicada is a small insect with a hard shell. Cicadas chirp extremely loudly. A group of hard-shelled cicadas in a tree can make as much noise as a rock band. In proportion to its size, the cicada is the loudest animal on Earth. Dragonfly. The scary-looking dragonfly is a perfectly harmless flying insect. It helps humans by eating mosquitoes and other pests. As soon as a dragonfly spots a mosquito, it creates a basket with its legs and scoops it up mid-flight. Hummingbird. The hummingbird is one of the smallest birds in the world. It gets its name from the sound its wings make when it flies. It's the only bird in the world that can fly forwards, sideways, and backwards like a helicopter.
When you think you have the right specimen, click on Egbert again to put the analyzer away. Then you can carry the specimen to the shrinking platform.
Ladybug. Ladybugs are beautiful insects related to the beetle. Ladybugs eat tiny insects called aphids. Ladybugs hibernate in the winter and come back to life when the weather warms up. Mosquito. Mosquitoes are flying insects with long legs. Female mosquitoes eat the blood of mammals. They are so light you can't feel them on your skin until they bite. Dragonflies eat mosquitoes and help keep these pesky creatures under control. Ostrich. Ostriches are the world's biggest birds. They can't fly, but they can run as fast as a galloping horse. Ostriches lay the world's largest eggs. Owl. Owls are birds of prey that hunt only at night. If an owl hears something going on behind it, it can turn its head all the way around to look. Owl feathers are so soft and fluffy, they are almost noiseless in flight. Peacock. A peacock is a large, brightly colored bird. When a peacock spreads its tail feathers, it's showing off its bright purple, blue, and gold colors. Male peacocks are much more beautiful than female peacocks. Weevil. Weevil rhymes with evil, and that's what many people think it is. Weevils are beetles that eat plants, seeds, and wood. Farmers dislike them because they can destroy whole crops of cotton and wheat.
When you think you have the right specimen, do you think that's the right specimen? If so, just click on the microscope on the floor. I guess it's time for me to get small.
Ready, Botley? Hold on tight. It is some ride, I'm told.
Later! If you chose the right specimen, the object Polly hid should be somewhere inside that giant molecular thingamabob up there. You just have to bat me into that stuff until it's revealed. Click on the mouse button to launch me into inner space, then use the mouse to move the magnet. I can't stay small forever, though, so try to get through the molecules before I return to my regular size. I won't last more than 10 rounds in here, so you have to work quick. Click on the mouse to launch me.
Charge!
We've broken through that molecule, but there's nothing inside. I'll have to try another specimen. Click to return to the shrinking machine. My poor head. I guess it's pretty clear that wasn't the right specimen. Concentrate on Polly's hint. Find the specimen that dances.
Bon voyage, Botley. That's French, you know.
Oh my!
Weevil, peacock, owl, ostrich, dragonfly, hummingbird, ladybug, mosquito, honey cicada, honey bat, bald eagle, peacock. A peacock is a large, brightly colored bird. When owl,
ostrich, peacock.
A hummingbird. The hummingbird is one of the smallest.
I guess it's time for...
Bon voyage, Botley. That's French, you know.
Later! You're pretty good at this, so let's get the show on the road. Huh, we've broken through that molecule, but there's nothing inside. We'll have to try another specimen. Click to return to the shrinking machine. My poor head. I guess it's pretty... You should use Egbert's analyzer to find out about the specimens in the specimen case. When you think you know which specimen Polly hid the...
Weevil. Weevil rhymes with mosquito, ladybug, owl, hummingbird, the peacock, a honeybee, bat, bald eagle, dragonfly, ostrich, owl,
Well,
Bon voyage, Botley. That's French, you know.
it's a far better thing, Arthur! Back here again. We've broken through that molecule, but there's nothing inside. We'll have to try another specimen. Click to return to the shrinking machine. My poor head. I guess it's pretty clear that wasn't the right specimen. Concentrate on Polly's tail.
ladybug, humming, dragonfly, bald eagle, bat, honeybee, bee.
I guess it's time for me.
Bon voyage, Botley. That's French, you know.
It's a far better thing, Arthur! I feel dizzy! feel dizzy!
We found it! Just pick up the clue and add it to the inventory. Great! I've got a strong reading in the professor's biosphere. See that glass dome? That's Professor Sparks' biosphere. In it, he can grow anything he wants from any part of the world. It's kind of like a vegetable zoo. And to protect the biosphere from outside contamination, the professor has set up a remote control way of working inside it. See over there? Those are explorers the professor designed to fly into the biosphere. And on that monitor is where you can watch the explorer as you maneuver it anywhere you want. Inside, there are 5 different environments to check out. A desert, a rainforest, a mountain range, a grassland, and even an ocean. Each one contains plants and animals you might find in those places.
Oh, Botley, over here. Daddy doesn't deserve all the credit. I planted some things in the biosphere, too.
Sure, Polly. Whatever you say.
I did. You don't have to believe me, but I just thought you might be interested in knowing that I planted a mission clue in there. You can't get your poor robot friend back without it. Don't expect me to tell you where I hid it, though. That would be too easy.
Polly, the biosphere is huge. You're expecting us to find a needle in a haystack, so to speak.
Relax, Nutley. I know Daddy didn't exactly overload you with smarts. I guess I can even the playing field and give you some hints along the way. And here's your first hint. Get one of those explorers launched. Even you should be able to understand that.
Boy, someday. Well, let's launch one of these babies and see what Polly's got in store for us inside that biosphere. Click on the launch button on the console to send the explorer inside. Okay, now we can navigate the explorer around the biosphere by watching it on this monitor. Click on the monitor for a closer look. This is weird. It seems like the explorer is underground. I guess what we need to do is fly up into the biosphere. That should be right above us. To fly the explorer, use the arrow keys on your keyboard. Press the up arrow to blast the explorer forward. Press the left and right arrows to rotate it.
You need to be wise to answer this one. Which bird nests underground? A sparrow, a vulture, a burrowing owl. Big deal, you got one right. Stop hounding me, Botley. Here's another question. Which animal is a relative of mice and rats? A tsetse fly, a prairie dog, or a bison? Yeah, so you got it right. I hope you appreciate how much effort is going into asking you these difficult questions. Which animal lives underground? A flying fish? A golden eagle? A ground squirrel? Wait till next time. You can butter me up all you want, but you still have to answer my questions to get out of here. Which colorful animal displays the dull underside of its wings when it lands? A butterfly? A sparrow? A bat? Yeah, so you got it right.
Good job! We're above ground. The professor reproduced 5 different environments here. You have to find the one where Polly hid her clue. Press the spacebar to launch a probe. It'll give you an eyewitness view of what's down there. Then match what you find with Polly's hints. When you think you figured out the right environment, land the Explorer in the designated landing pad. Each environment has one.
Located. A rodent carries food around in expandable cheek pockets. This is a chipmunk. An umbrella-shaped tree. Strong savanna winds and nibbling giraffes have changed its shape. This is an acacia tree. Rodent watch. An animal that lives in large underground colonies. A relative of mice and rats, despite its name. This is a prairie dog. Notes from underground. Grass helps prevent soil erosion, thanks to one of its most important features. are the roots. Sonar indicates. Feeds the tree nutrients and water. Also provides a foundation that supports the tree's weight. These are the roots.
To find out what's in this area of the biosphere, press the spacebar to launch a probe. It will beam back information to help you determine if it's the environment we're looking for.
Tree meter malfunction. Few trees to build nests in. A large bird builds a nest underground in the savannah. This is a burrowing owl. Senex on. The queen of this insect lives an amazing 50 years, laying eggs every 2 seconds. This is a termite. Sonar detected. A small...
That was some smooth landing. Now we can open that box by clicking on the key on the console. That was nice work. Store the clue in your inventory. There are no mission clues on this floor. Let's go to another floor. This is the door to the professor's concert hall, which he usually keeps locked so none of the less musical robots around here pound too hard on the piano. But the door doesn't open with a key. Instead, it uses a password. Hey, Beethoven!
Huh? Hello? Who's there? Oh, Botley, it's just you. You should have called my name instead of just scuffling around out there.
Sure. Okay, listen, Polly's up to no good again, and we're trying to stop her. We're having trouble with this lock. Can you help us?
Now, Botley, if I just gave you the answers, Polly would reboot me in a heartbeat. But if you're really having trouble figuring out one of the words, click on the button next to it, and I'll see what I can do. Good luck.
Okay! What you must do is unscramble the letters on the left side of the door to create 4 words.
Rain!
Man, you're really moving!
Wind!
Terrific! We're almost in!
Heat!
Hey, way to go!
It seems you've created some kind of word, but it's not the right word. Click on the button next to the word if you need a hint. Rain! Rain! Heat! Wind! Wet snow! Sleet!
Well, you got all the words. Now to unscramble the password. Easier said than done.
That is correct. The password is weather.
The doors open, and the crowd goes wild. This is the Mountains Music Hall. This is where rehearsals are held by our award-winning all-robot chorus, headed by Maestro Trombot. Of course, thanks to Polly, half the members of the chorus are lost in time right now. Ah, to hear their sweet, dulcet tones just one more time. Maestro? Hey, Maestro!
Shh, Botley. You'll misalign my perfect pitch sensors. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. There we go.
Sorry, Maestro, but Polly's put us all in a bit of a jam and the future of civilization is at stake.
Mamma mia! If she would only practice her arias, she wouldn't have the time or the inclination to destroy the world. Music has such a civilizing influence. Although her voice, let's just say it's not music to my ears.
I heard that, Maestro. You just don't appreciate my instrument. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Well, Polly, you do have a quality.
Yeah, I got quality to burn. Pity Notley doesn't have any musical skill, 'cause he'll need it if he wants me to give him some extra invention points. You see, I want him to play me this song. And please play it right, Dingbot. My delicate ears can't handle even one sour note. You mess up, and you get nothing. Nada, zilch, nuts.
You know, if you like, you can play the organ with the top row of number keys on your keyboard.
Click on the music tablet to play that tune.
How did she... it seems that you have your work cut out for you, dear Botley. You see, the music is all mixed up. If you want to hear how it's supposed to sound, click on me and I'll play it for you. Then you should have little trouble rearranging those musical phrases until they're in the right order. Click on the button next to the phrase to hear the music stored on it. Then click on the phrase to move it to another slot.
If you click on the play button, you can play the entire piece as it's arranged on the music tablet. You can even change the instrument it's played with by selecting one of the instruments on this panel. Go!
This song is called Yankee Doodle. In the old country, Italy, you know, a macaroni is a type of feather people used to wear in their hats. I bet you never knew that.
Oh, it brings tears to my eyes. Put the invention points in your inventory before tears make me all rusty. No mission clues here. Let's try another floor. No mission clues. We need to give Click on any of the tools or buttons if you want.
Polly, how's that? You call that a desert? Doesn't look like any desert I've ever seen.
Time to return to the canvas to give Polly what she wants. Exactly. There's not enough energy to use any of the professor's painting tools. We'll have to go to the generator downstairs and power up. Gotta go to the generator to power up. This place is dead power-wise. Uh-oh. This is the mountain's electric generator. Pretty impressive, huh? Professor Spark invented it so that he could produce all the electricity he needs to run the gadgets here in the mountain. And believe me, this place needs a lot of juice. It basically runs with batteries, but these aren't like the batteries on your flashlight at home. When used in the correct combinations, these batteries pack a big enough wallop to kick this generator into gear. See the monitors on those tubes? Each one has a specific battery requirement, so that when magnified together, the batteries are equal to the value on the monitor. The trick is to pick the right combination of two batteries. When you get all the batteries in place, the generator will produce electricity. You have to think fast, though, and work your way through both rings to get the generator going, because those batteries will run out of juice if you make them pull all the weight for too long. Okay, now you do it. Put the correct batteries in place. Terrific! Now on to ring number 2. Great job! Now hold on! Wasn't that cool? That was some jolt! We've got 100% energy now, so let's go save the world! Okay, there aren't any mission clues on this floor. Feel like browsing through the virtual... Don't ask me what it means. We'll just have... What do you think of that, Polly?
Okay, so where's the boy?
Okay, let's return to the canvas and finish this painting. Don't ask me what it means. We'll just... Nice going. Let's take the invention points and move on. There's no... We need to... Ow, what talent! So take those invention points and let's go! There's no mission... We need to give Polly exact... Nice going. There's no mission... Nice going. Polly hasn't... Nice going. There's no mission... Nice go... I'm not picking up... Nice going. Polly hasn't left it. Let's see what Polly thinks. Hey, Polly!
Where are all the nifty six-wheeled Martian minivans?
Polly, how's that?
Where are all the nifty six-wheeled...
Nice going. Let's take the... There's no mission clue in here. Okay, Of course the door is locked again. We'll have to get Beethoven to give us a hand with the password.
No need to shout, Botley. I'm here and ready to help, if you need it. It's on your shoulders. Head. It's between your shoulder elbow.
You've got a...
Eye.
Man, you're...
Nose.
Well, you got...
Correct. The password is body.
Hey, you got us in the door. Let's go. Polly-o, 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 Polly-o. We're ready.
All right, Botley, time to sing for your supper. I want to hear it like it was meant to be heard.
Click.
The music.
That's pretty interesting, but something's just not right. Try again. Beautiful job.
This song is called Pop Goes the Weasel. In slang, that means that all my money's gone and I'll have to sell my baton to survive.
Oh, it brings tears to my eyes. Put the invention points in your inventory before tears make me all rusty. No mission clues here. Let's try another floor. There are no mission clues on this floor. Let's move on. There's no mission clue here. This is the most dangerous part of the mountain. That's why Professor Spark uses it as an obstacle course for testing out new robots. With all the treacherous paths and sharp turns, it's the perfect way to test out the latest in robot navigational technology.
You're right, Motley. That little box down there contains the mission clue you so desperately need. I programmed that stupid robot to put that box where you wouldn't be able to reach it. Then I scrambled the commands. See if you can unscramble them.
Okay, as far as I can figure, here's the situation. That robot has been specially designed to maneuver his way down there. He's really good at following directions, and he's got nerves of steel. So what you have to do is rearrange all the robot's commands on that remote control device in front of you, so they're in the correct order. The commands tell him which way to move. Just click on the command you want to move, then drag it to where you want it to go. When you press the run button at the bottom of the remote control, the robot will follow your directions to get to that box, if the order is correct. If not, well, better him than me. No doubt about it, there's a clue in the robot maze. That's where the professor stores the time machine. There's... NASA has nothing over Professor Spark. Just take a look at this place. It's here that the professor conducts all his top-secret astronomical experiments. Way ahead of his time, of course. Hey, did you know that the professor landed a rocket ship on the moon years before Neil Armstrong ever set foot on it? Just kidding.
Well, there's no mission clue here, but if you want, there's a pack of invention points available. But it's not in this room. In fact, it's not even in this solar system, because I used one of Daddy's rockets to ship it into deep space. Special delivery. You won't find it by just looking around the void. You'll have to figure out exactly where to look.
How do we do that, Polly? Space is a big place.
Well, just because I'm such a nice girl, I'll give you a teeny-weeny hint. There you go. I just sent the hint flying off toward the new black hole Daddy recently discovered. If you really work fast, you might rescue the hint before it gets sucked up into another dimension. Then again, maybe you'll fail. Scary, huh?
Don't worry, we might have a chance. Professor Spark recently launched a whole series of space probes into the black hole. I think we can use it to intercept Polly's radio transmission. Just click on the telescope and we'll get started. This is the professor's star chart. It's really like a map that shows the locations of all the billions of stars that we can see from Earth. Of course, there are billions more we can't see. In the old days, people used to navigate by the stars. This map would have come in handy then. Move the pointer over any of the constellations to find out their name. If you want to know more about one of the constellations, just click on it.
Carina represents the keel of Jason's ship, the Argo. Without a keel, a ship would sink into the ocean. Eridanus is a mythical river that flows across the night sky. When once the son of Helios, god of the sun, steered his father's chariot too close to the earth, Zeus shot a thunderbolt out of the sky, and the son of Helios fell into the river Eridanus. Capricorn is a goat with the tail of a fish. In the ancient Middle East, Capricorn appeared in the winter sky. The fishtail represented the rains of winter. It was hoped that the half of Capricorn representing the goat would scamper out of the sky and take the rainy winter with him. Aquarius means water-bearer in Latin, because people believed he carried water to the gods. But Aquarius was a constellation that ancient people feared. It appeared in the winter, and winter brought rain and sometimes deadly floods. Every Scorpio is the shape of a scorpion with its tail curved upward to sting. The scorpion's sting is deadly. Scorpions come out at night, just like the stars, and creep into bedding, shoes, and clothes left on the ground. Centaurus is named after the mythical beast called centaurs. Centaurs were savage creatures that were men from the waist up, but horses from the waist down. Sagittarius represents Chiron, the king of the centaurs. The centaurs were men from the waist up and horses from the waist down. Chiron the archer points his arrow at the heart of the scorpion. He was brave and wise. Chiron arranged the stars into constellations so that men could use them to tell directions and to foresee the changing seasons. Vela is the sails of Jason's ship. The wind of the heavens guides the ship through the starry night sky. Orion the hunter is the brightest constellation in the winter sky, and in Greek mythology, the most handsome man in the world. He is the easiest to pick out. Look for his uplifted club in one hand, his feet widespread, and his belt around his waist. Cetus is a sea monster who in Greek mythology was killed by the hero Perseus. Centaurus is named after the mythical beast called centaurs. Centaurs were savage. Aquarius means Libra is the scales that ancient Egyptians believed weighed the soul after death. On one side of the scales went the soul, and on the other went the feather of truth. If the soul was lighter than the feather of truth, it went to heaven. If sins made the soul heavier, the soul went to the underworld to be punished. Vela, Carina, represents the keel of Jason's ship, the Argo. Without a keel, a ship would sink into the ocean. Auriga couldn't walk, so he invented a chariot to carry him around. 4 horses pulled the beautiful chariot. It worked so well that the gods honored Auriga by placing his image in the night sky. Ursa Minor is the little cousin of Ursa Major. Known as the Little Bear, Ursa Minor looks like a small version of the Big Dipper. That's why it's called the Little Dipper. Ursa Major, the Great Bear, is the one constellation everyone knows. That's not because Ursa Major looks like a bear. It's because it has 7 stars that form the Big Dipper. Taurus is the bull in the night sky. In Greek mythology, the bull was Zeus, the leader of all the gods who transformed himself into a beast to kidnap Europa, the beautiful daughter of a king. Perseus is a hero famous in Greek mythology for killing the monster Medusa. With a head full of snakes instead of hair, Medusa was so horrible that the sight of her could turn people into stone. Aries looks like a powerful ram, but its stars don't twinkle brightly. Still, it was the most important constellation to ancient people. When Aries appeared in the sky just before dawn, people knew that winter was coming to an end. Pisces is the last constellation in the zodiac, and its name is Latin for fishes. In Greek mythology, the 2 fishes of Pisces are the goddess Aphrodite and her son Eros, who were once transformed into fishes when a monster chased them into the sea. Pegasus is the winged horse. Neptune invented him from a scoop of white sea foam and some blood and sand. Pegasus angered the god Zeus. As a punishment, he carried thunderbolts across the sky. Gemini means twins. This constellation is named after Castor and Pollux. Castor and Pollux were mythical twin brothers. The ancient Greeks and Romans prayed to Castor and Pollux to help them win battles and to rescue them from shipwrecks. Auriga couldn't walk, so he invented a chariot to carry him around. 4 horses pulled the beautiful chariot. It worked so well that the gods honored Auriga by placing his image in the night sky. Corona Borealis is a golden crown in the sky, made by the Greek god of fire. Hercules stands in the night sky, holding a mighty club, his favorite weapon. In Greek mythology, he was the son of a god and a mortal who grew up to surpass all other men in size, strength, and fighting skill. The Greeks believed that Hercules killed the lion Leon. Delphinus is the dolphin of the heavens, placed there by the great god of the sea, Poseidon. Cygnus is the swan who flies through the night sky with his long neck. The star Deneb is one of the brightest stars you can see. It shines with the light of 10,000 suns. It is 1,630 light years away, which is a very long way to fly. The universe is everything humans can think of. Bratty is one of the oldest constellations, sometimes called the hunter or the herdsman. He follows the great bear and keeps all the other heavenly animals together in the sky. Cassiopeia was the wife of a king. In Greek mythology, she was punished by the sea god Poseidon for claiming she was more beautiful than the nymphs of the sea. Perseus is a hero. Auriga couldn't walk. Leo the lion is the 5th constellation in the zodiac. Leo doesn't really look like a lion, though. Some people think he looks like a backwards question mark. In Greek mythology, Leo was a monstrous beast who came down to earth as a shooting star. Leo then began eating every person and animal in sight before Hercules destroyed it. Virgo was a beautiful young woman who in Greek mythology left the earth because humans acted so badly. Virgo's star, Spica, is one of the brightest stars in the sky. It shines 1,400 times brighter than the sun, but its light travels over 200 years to reach Earth. Cancer is the Latin name for crab. Can you see the crab's claws? Cancer is also the dimmest constellation in the zodiac. It is almost impossible to see with the naked eye. In Greek mythology, Cancer was a crab that was sent by the gods to attack Hercules. But because he was so powerful, Hercules crushed the crab after it bit him on the foot. The universe is everything human. Draco is the dragon who guarded the golden apples of Hera, queen of the Greek gods. Bratty is one of the... Draco is the dragon who guarded the golden apples of
Is this cool or what? 1 minute we're in Professor Sparks' observatory, and the next we're looking into space 300,000 light years away at a humongous black hole. See that? That was Polly's radio transmission, and the radio wave circling inside the black hole is part of Polly's hint. Unless you blast it out of there, it's gonna get sucked into a different dimension. That's one of Professor Sparks' space probes. Don't worry, it's strong enough to resist the intense gravitational pull of the black hole, and it packs laser beams powerful enough to knock Polly's radio transmission to safety. You can actually spin the ship by using the arrow keys on your keyboard. To shoot the ship's laser beam, press the spacebar on your keyboard. Whenever you hit a radio transmission packet head-on, you'll knock it 1 light year away from the center of the black hole. When you collect 4 radio packets, you've got Polly's entire hint, ready for unscrambling. Radio wave packet. Nice shooting. You got a you got another radio wave packet. Great, we have all the packets. Now we have to decode Polly's message. This is the professor's alien transmission decoding device. It comes in handy when it comes to decoding transmissions from extraterrestrial beings. The catch is, he hasn't yet found any alien transmissions to decode. Still, we can use it to read Polly's hint. I guess you can call that an alien transmission. Here comes the radio transmission you intercepted from the grip of the black hole. What a drag. Polly's hint is all scrambled. The words you make quick sense out of that messy sentence. Something's not right. We gotta fix this sentence. I couldn't make any sense out of that, but you managed to find a real sentence. Great! I couldn't make any sense out of that, but you managed to find a real sentence. Great! Decoding operation is completed. You broke the code.
I made the days longer than the nights. I made flowers grow tall and days grow warm. How did I do all these things? I brought spring to ancient people.
Okay, you unscrambled a hint. Quick, to the star chart so we can find those invention points. Click on the star chart over there and I'll help you. Click on the star chart over there and I'll help you. Click on the star chart to locate the constellation that Polly sent the spaceship to. Click on the star chart over there and I'll... You have an idea which constellation Polly sent the spaceship to? Click on the star chart to figure it out. Click on any of the constellations and this machine will tell you a little bit about them. Hey, there are a lot of stars out there. Nothing happened. I don't think that's the right constellation.
Scorpio is the shape of a scorpion with its tail curved upward. Crux is the Capricorn. Aquarius means water bearer. Scorpio. Eridanus is a Cetus. Carina. Eridanus is a mythical river that flows across the night sky. When one's Hydrus is the little cousin of Hydra. Both are Vela in Orion the hunter. Cetus is a Eridanus is a root. Capricorn. Sagittarius. Scorpio. Centaur. Carina represents Crux is the Southern Cross. And although it's the smallest of all, Gemini, Cancer, Leo the Virgo was a beautiful young woman who Budace, Corona Borealis, Hercules stand, Cygnus, Pegasus is the winged horse. Auriga couldn't, Percy, Aries look, Pisces is the last Cassio, Cygnus, Cassio, Draco is the dragon who guarded the golden apples of Hera, queen of the Greek gods. When I made the days longer than the nights. I made flowers grow tall and days grow warm. How did I do all these things? I brought spring to ancient people. Leo the lion, Cygnus, Pegasus, Hercules stands in the night sky, holding a mighty club, his favorite weapon. In Greek mythology, he was the son of a god and a mortal who grew up to surpass all other men in size, strength, and fighting skill. The Greeks believed that Hercules killed the lion Leo.
To hear about any constellation, click on it. If it's the constellation where you think Polly sent her father's spaceship, click on it again. Nothing happened. I don't think that's the right I'd suggest trying Aries. It's in the northern hemisphere.
Aries looks like a...
Hey, you're right on target. Here comes the spaceship. Touchdown! Very cool. Now store... Okay, all sensors indicate that Polly hid a mission clue in the robot maze. That's where the professor stores the time machine. There's no way to open it, though. We're back at the maze again. See the box down there? Maybe Polly has put something in there again. To move any of the commands, click on one, then drag it to where you want it to go. pick up the clue and act. We've got everything we need. Take a deep breath and click on the time machine door back there. Wow. Excuse me if I sound sort of odd, but I wasn't sure we'd make it to the time machine mission control. It's impressive, huh? This is Professor Sparks' most important work to date, the time machine extraordinaire. The professor created it so he could witness the invention of anything you can think of. Just go back in time and observe. He would never meddle, not like Polly. When he finds out what she's been up to, I wouldn't be surprised if she's in for some serious time out. Now we need to figure out where we have to go in history to complete this mission. That odd-looking machine will help with that task. It's called the Wheel of Invention, and by using Polly's mission clues, we can figure out which inventor we need to find. The professor tried to ensure that not just anybody could use the time machine. You need to know something about history, science, art, a little bit of everything, really. So click on the wheel and let's get going. We finally made it! This is where we bring everything together and figure out how to find the robot that Polly sent back in time. This is the professor's Wheel of Invention. It's an obstacle to the time machine. You see, some of the robots kept wanting to travel back in time to taunt the early computers, but you can't have that. So the professor devised a little quiz that's too difficult for the robots. But hopefully it's not too difficult for you. Oh, brother. Polly's reprogrammed the wheel so it's no longer just a quiz. It's a quiz show! It seems the show's called Pollywood Squares. And you're the first contestant.
This is how you play. Answer 3 questions for each of the clues you collected. You'll find out what, when, where, and who. All the information you need to create a profile of your mission.
Once the game begins, you gotta work fast and try to answer each question on the first try. That way you'll win the time key faster and win the most points. Ready, set, okay, let's begin. Just click the on button to start.
Ladies and gentlemen, kids and robots of all ages, it's time to play Pollywood Squares with your telegenic host, me, Monty Monitor. Answer all the questions correctly, and you'll be sent back in time, all expenses paid, to rescue poor Cosmobot. Your first clue is a pork chop. The pork chop will show you what your mission is all about. I love pork chops, and I'm not the only one. Pork chops can be found in cuisines all around the world. Pork chops come from which farm animals? That's right, pork chops come from pigs. So does ham and bacon. It's all pork and it comes from pigs. Pigs are the only animals besides humans whose skin can get what painful condition? No, most pigs stay away from the cold. You're right! Hey! Pigs get sunburns just like people. Sunburns are caused by overexposure to the powerful rays of the sun. Our sun is actually a star. It's the center of a group of heavenly bodies known as what? You did it! Yay! Another word for sun is solar. That's why they call it the solar system.
So it seems that Polly sent Cosmobot back to the time in history when the solar system was discovered. But where was that?
Your second clue is a postage stamp, and it will tell you where in the world your mission will take you. Postage stamps are a way to pay for sending letters and packages. Before postage stamps were invented, the person who received a letter had to pay for it, not the person who sent it. The postage stamp was first invented by an Englishman named Roland Hill. What country did the English inventor of the postage stamp come from? That's right. Oh, jolly good. English people come from England, and England is part of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. Now, let's see how good you are at geography. Great Britain is located on which continent? Right! Oh, Great Britain is in Europe, the second smallest continent on Earth. What country is located in the very center of the continent of Europe? Correct! Yes! Poland is a large country in the center of Europe. Polish people make delicious pork sausages and dance to a unique style of music called polka. Poland's also the place where the solar system was first discovered.
Thanks, Monty. We now know that the solar system was discovered in Poland. What we don't know is when it was discovered and by whom.
The third clue is a dollar bill. It will tell you when in history the solar system was discovered. If you had $1 million bills, you'd be a millionaire. The first kid ever to earn $1 million was a famous movie star named Shirley Temple. The dollar gets its name from a coin once used in a European country, known for its mountains, castles, beer, and frankfurters. Which country was that? Wunderbar! In Germany, the coin they call the dollar was made out of a precious metal. Precious metals are metals that are not commonly found on Earth. Which of the following metals is a precious metal? That's right! Silver is a valuable precious metal that is often used for making coins. Silver was first used to make the German dollar 500 years ago. Which is the earliest year you could have used a German dollar to buy a frankfurter? No, that's right! In 1531, the silver coin called the dollar could have bought you plenty of German frankfurters. 1531 also happens to be the year when the solar system was discovered.
We're almost there. All we need to find out is the person in Poland who discovered the solar system in 1531.
This is your fourth and final clue. The sundial will tell you who first discovered the solar system. A sundial tells the time as a shadow moves across a surface marked with the hours of the day. The Egyptians invented the sundial 5,000 years ago, and it was one of the earliest ways of measuring time. A sundial works due to the movement of what heavenly body? No! You are correct! Even though the sun creates the shadow that moves across a sundial, it's really the Earth that's moving, not the sun. While the Earth spins, it also moves around the sun. What is the Earth's movement around the sun called? No, try. That's right! The Earth revolves around the sun. It takes 1 year to make one revolution. Who discovered that the Earth revolves around the sun? Right you are! Copernicus was the Polish astronomer who discovered the solar system in 1531. Before his discovery, people thought that everything revolved around the Earth.
Okie, we got all the information we need. Now, on to the time machine. We've got to go to Poland in 1531 before Polly messes up Copernicus'. Wow! I never thought I'd see the inside of this thing. Pretty cool, huh? The professor made it clear this time machine was off limits to anyone but him. But with Polly about to send the world out of control, I think the professor would understand. That looks like our window into the past. Look, all the information you found at the wheel is now neatly in place up there. I guess the time key did that. This lever looks important. Click on me if you think I should pull it. Maybe it'll start things up. Next up, Poland to visit the great scientist Copernicus. He's about to discover that the sun is the center of the solar system. There's Copernicus on the brink of making his great discovery. But look, Polly has reprogrammed the Russian robot Cosmobot to paint her picture on the model of the sun. Nyet, Cosmobot, nyet! Thanks to Cosmobot, Copernicus has decided that the Earth revolves around Polly. And we thought she had a swell head before. Hit the recall button! It's our only chance! You need to press the recall button or we'll never... Whoa, we did it! Cosmobot's back home and the cosmos is back in order. Make sure your seat backs are in their upright locked positions while I take us home. There's no place like home. Press the back button on the utility belt to leave the time machine. We need to put this robot to rest. This is where the professor stores all his time-traveling robots. I call it the Robot Roost. Believe you me, these guys have been around the block a few times. The problem is, we have to get them all back from the different places and times that Polly sent them. Right now, though, it's 1 down and 24 to go. You gotta start somewhere. Just let me store this robot for safekeeping. A long rest is sorely needed. Polly sent plenty more back in time, so let's start another mission.
Plotly, 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 what am I going to do with you? Are you trying to make me fail this test? I guess I'll have to make it a little tougher on you to get the next robot.
No time to pat ourselves on the back. Select another question so we can save another robot. Click on the inventory to start a mission. We need more juice! Just put the correct batteries in place! Terrific! Now on to ring number 2. Fantastic! You finished the second ring. Now hold on tight, because we're about to get a mega power surge! Neato! Now back upstairs to foil Polly. There's plenty of cool things to do on this floor, but I can't enjoy myself where there are robots lost in time. Click on the inventory to start a mission. All right, we still got places to go and robots to rescue. Been there, done that.
During the ancient Olympic Games, all wars would come to a stop and a truce would be called for 3 months. That gave the soldiers enough time to travel to the Games, compete, then return home to continue fighting. What did athletes at the ancient Olympics get for winning?
A prize that would make anyone run faster and jump higher. a bouquet of flowers, and a diamond tiara. Here I am, Miss Olympic Games.
Yes, that's absolutely right, Polly. The winners at the first Olympics were treated like beauty queens.
Oh, no! Polly's gone too far this time. If she gets her way, the strong and brave ancient Olympians will be treated like beauty queens. You can't run a marathon in high heels. Well, not very well, at least. Click on the inventory button to put away the transquizzer.
What a spoil sport, Snootly. But if you want to try to ruin my fun, first you'll have to find 4 clues. A pigeon, a torch, 2 masks, and a piece of pottery. I sent Rhonda Robot back in time. She's the reigning robot beauty queen.
Rhonda Robot. She's won the Miss Silicon Chip contest 3 years running. Now that's talent. We better work extra hard to rescue Rhonda from Polly's wicked ways and save the Olympics while we're at it. Keep still while I sense around for clues. Hey, we're in luck. I'm sensing a mission clue in the painting gallery. There's another mission clue in the professor's virtual collection. That's in the art gallery. See that drum on the right side of the machine? That displays tiny pictures of all the works in the collection. If you click on any of the pictures, Mrs. Beasley will tell you a little bit about it and help you decide if it's the work you want to see. If the work you want isn't on the display, pull this lever to check out a different category. Mrs. Beasley, can you remind my friend about which of the professor's works of art we're looking for?
Find the American quilt decorated with a beautiful pattern. This painting of the royal family of Spain shows the beautiful little princess. The artist painted himself into the picture. Try to find him. The Spanish artist Velázquez turned this playful portrait of the royal princess of Spain into a self-portrait. He stands on the left with a paintbrush in his hand, putting the final touches onto a large canvas. Has Velázquez just finished the painting you're looking at? This Egyptian wall was painted with pictures that told stories.
I think Polly has hidden one of the clues in the painting gallery. Click on the gallery way behind me to look into this. Keep still while I sense around for clues. Hey, we're in luck. I'm sensing a mission clue in the painting gallery. There's also a mission clue in the professor's virtual collection. That's in the art gallery. Bingo! I've sensed a mission clue in the painting gallery. Voila! Another mission clue is hidden. Bingo! I've sensed a mission clue in the painting gallery. There's another mission clue in the professor's virtual collection. That's in the art gallery.